How's it going, everybody? It is iVisual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Yuki over here in the NU tier. So if you do enjoy this, make sure to hit that like button on the video, support the channel, and the team I'm using is in the description if you want to try it out. Although DNC did move up from NU to RU just like Slowbro, I do have some NU games that I haven't uploaded yet because they just recently moved up, DNC and Slowbro, because people like using those Pokemon in the RU tier, so that's why they moved up. They didn't get banned from NU. Like, if people stop using them in the RU tier, they'll drop down to NU. It's not like their ban list. So yeah, looking at Yuki's team, I'm guessing it's going to be a Stealth Rock Cybertoad, Rapid Spin Dhelmise, Xatu, might not be Defox, Encino could be Life Orb or Banded, Hitmonlee, I'm not too sure, could be the normal gem set with Fake Outs with Unburden, could be Scarf, Banded, could be a lot of things. Life Orb, Hitmonlee can do a lot, and Garbodor, usually just like a defensive set with spikes and toxic spikes and gunk shot, stuff like that. And this team I'm using is a really fun team with Bulk Up, Braviary, DNC, obviously you can't use it, but it's rocks, and yeah, DNC is one of the best rockers, I think, was in NU tier. It's good in RU as well. That's why people use it, just like Slowbro. But yeah, because of Xatu, and Xatu is threatened out by DNC, so it's one of the rockers that can threaten out Xatu so that you can get those rocks up and not get it magic bounced. So I let off Savali Steel because Savali Steel is a really good matchup versus him. He led off with Cincino, which I had a feeling he might lead off with. And Cincino can't really do much to Savali Steel, so that's why I just could easily U-turn. No Parting Shot because Parting Shot does get magic bounced, and we don't even have Parting Shot on Savali. So that's why U-turn is mostly ran, I would say, in this tier. Parting Shot I think is mostly ran in PU. And also Savali Steel is the only Savali banned from PU because... Actually, is it banned or... No, I think it just moved up. I don't think it's banned. It just moved up because people use it in NU, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I brought in DNC on the Xatu. I get a nice Diamond Storm off on it as he Thunder Waved. Doesn't knock him out, but yeah, I heal build my DNC because I don't want to be paralyzed anymore, which might matter because I don't want to get full parried. And I go into the Braviary as he just goes for the Anchor Shot, so I can't switch out, but I don't really want to because I can just roost off that damage. Anchor Shot does have Stab because Dhelmise's ability, Steelworker, does a lot of damage, that's why. And he might be just a Soul Vest Dhelmise, I'd assume at least. But he could be Synthesis as well. But it doesn't really matter because he brought in Garbodor as I roosted, and I go for a substitute as he T-spikes. And that is the beginning of the end, hopefully, because I can start bulking up. And maybe he can't break my substitute. That's what I'm going to bank on. And if he does have Gunk Shot, he can also miss. And maybe he can't even break my sub. So he does have Gunk Shot. It's a high base power move, so it can easily break my substitute, even with one bulk up, plus one defense. But I'm still going to fish for a Gunk Shot miss. Because might as well, right? I know I could take a Gunk Shot plus one defense. And if he does miss, then I can bulk up again. And that is really when it starts becoming the end for him, for Braviary to just hopefully sweep his team. He should definitely stay in with Garbodor though. I say that because Garbodor usually have Aftermath and Rocky Helmet. So I would be taking a lot of recoil damage if I knock out Garbodor with Braviary. I would have to take Brave Bird recoil, Aftermath, and potential Rocky Helmet if he has that. And that probably would knock out Braviary, maybe. Depending if I roost up all the way to max HP, I probably live, but I would probably get knocked out by Cincinos, Rock Blast if it has that, or anything really that's faster than Braviary. And Braviary isn't really the fastest Pokemon when you have max special defense on that. We do have some speed though on this Braviary, just to, you know, outspeed particular Pokemon in the tier. I think we outspeed Adamant Incineroar, I'm pretty sure. Not too, I forget. But offensive Incineroar could be a very big threat, especially with Z-move, either way. So I'm just going to keep bulking up as he's just going to keep trying to break the substitute with Gunk Shot. It's going to take two of them to break a substitute, so yeah, it's pretty much just giving me free bulk ups. Unless he gets critical hits, then he could potentially do it, but like I said, it's a 4% chance to get a critical hit as well. He can also just miss, so I might as well just go for the Braviary bulk up win. I want to try and at least get, I think, 4 bulk ups so that I can surely knock out everything on his team, because I don't want to just bulk up for no reason and not knock out the Pokemon. Then that's just kind of a waste of potential of sweeping a team. You know, might as well go for it. It might seem greedy to some people, like, you know, just get the kill with your Braviary, you know, just 1 kill or 2. But nah, I'm gonna go try and sweep. So he brought in Dhelmise, He was running out of PP as well for the Gunk Shot, because Gunk Shot only, I think, has 8 PP, I'm pretty sure. So I guess he wanted to keep them. But yeah, I'm behind a substitute. Dhelmise came out. I could just easily just knock it out with Brave Bird. And Braviary has a massive HP stat, so we could take some recoil damage, that's for sure, from Brave Bird. In comes its Mon Li, goes for the Stone Edge, which could critical it, but I mean, I don't think he needs a crit to break my substitute. He does get the crit though, and I don't think it mattered because Stone Edge is a pretty high base power move, and Hitmonlee has really good attack. So either way, he's going to break my sub. And I get to knock out Hitmonlee with the second Brave Bird. And yeah, I think he has to go on Cinccino now and go for Rock Blast. That's what he should have on Cinccino. And maybe it's banded and it could potentially knock me out. But he goes for Tail Slap, and that is not going to be able to knock out Braviary. Because even though it's stab, it's not super effective. So I guess he didn't have Rock Blast on his Cinccino, which kind of sucks, because then he would have knocked out my Braviary. So I'm able to Roost, and I think I go for a Roost again just so I can get as much HP as possible, and then live a Brave Bird recoil and knock out his Cinccino. Because like I said, I'm going for that Brave Bird sweep versus him. So I'm not too sure what his move slots is. It's probably U-turn, like you saw. He U-turned on my Savali first turn. Tail Slap, maybe Bolt Seed, and maybe Knockoff is what I'm assuming. I think he even told me, but it was a while ago when we did this battle, like maybe a week or two ago. On my Discord, if you do want to Wi-Fi battle me, Discord is in the description. You can message me or ask me. I don't really care. And ask me for a battle. And hopefully we can get to battle. Or you can battle other people as well. Or just talk about Pokemon. I don't know. So, we knocked out Cinccino. In comes Frogzilla. But I'm already bulked up all the way. I think only +4, right? I don't know. I remember +4 during the battle. Or maybe it was +5. Either way, it's not going to live because Braviary just is so powerful too. And then his last Mon is Garbodor. Go for the Brave Bird. And Garbodor does have the Aftermath, so maybe he could have kept that in and versus me. But I guess he was hoping that I was like, just not Brave Bird. That's why he brought in Dhelmise. So finally, Braviary does not get the full sweep, but it's still a pretty impressive sweep nonetheless. Like, it did knock out 5 Pokemon. And Xatu is the last Mon, which took that Diamond Storm earlier from Diancie, and I could knock him out with my Scarf past Simeon. And that's going to be GG versus Yuki. So, yeah. I guess he could have probably stopped it if he didn't miss a Gunk Shot on that substitute. But I still would have tried to bulk up, but he could have potentially poisoned me. But like I said, I was fishing for the Gunk Shot miss. So maybe he could have went to Cinccino and just started Rock Blasting me because, like, I mean, he didn't have it because he would have went for it. But if he did, he probably would have went for it and knocked out Braviary. And then maybe he had a shot. But at that point, like, Decidueye kind of goes in on him. He lost a lot of his Pokemon. Decidueye in general, like, looking at his team, just goes in. Especially if he loses Cinccino. But Cinccino can definitely outspeed and go for knockoff. I don't think knocks me out since I have Z-move on that. So either way, yeah, GG to Yuki. Next up, we got versus Richaroni. And looking at his team, we got Mega Glalie. A Lone Raichu, which is cool. You don't see that too much in NU, so interested to see what that's going to do. Ambipom, which might be a threat with Low Kick for my Savali Steel. Golbat, probably Defog. That's good for my Decidueye as well, because it's faster and it can Brave Bird me. And it helps out with Seismitoad because Seismitoad can switch in on my Diancie and potentially bother my Diancie with Scald or Earthquake. But I could also do some good damage with Moonblast, so we'll see. Either way, looking at his team, he definitely has the tools to break down my team, and I have the tools as well to break down his. So I lead off with Passimian as leads off with Diet Swampert. And I just go for knockoff because I want to get rid of the leftovers on that Swampert right off the bat. Like, I do not want to mess around with that. I keep calling it Swampert because its name is Diet Swampert. We'll just call it Diet Swampert. Diet Swampert, I knock off its leftovers, and I just go into Vaporeon now because I expect him to probably just go for a Scald. Like, that's what I predicted right there. And usually Seismitoads might have Toxic, maybe knockoff. It's really, it could be really anything, honestly. Could be Toxic Protect too without a ground move I've seen. But Vaporeon of my own has Toxic, so that's why I want to start putting this on a timer for my Diancie so that Diancie can have an easier time just spamming Diamond Storm on his team. And stuff like that. So, luckily he just had Sludge Wave, which you don't really see too much, I think, in NU tier. Maybe you do. Maybe he can catch a random Whimsicott and switch in. Maybe that's why he has that. Either way, he brought in the Raichu as I went for a Wish. I can bring in Decidueye pretty safely, unless he's going to be like Specs Psyshock and gets a crit and one-shots me. Because even if he did massive damage, I get that Wish on my Decidueye, and I regain all that health. So he got up Electric Terrain, which was like interesting. Okay, that's cool. You know, it's the ability that he wants to outspeed everything. So maybe he's modest Alolan Raichu, I'm assuming. Maybe Z-move as well. But I just go for Spirit Shackle, not Spectral Thief. That's Marshallow's move. Spirit Shackle, it does nothing to Golbat. I mean, Golbat can outspeed me, Brave Bird me, but he actually goes for Taunt, which maybe I could have knocked him with Z-move. I think it lives though, because Golbat's really, really bulky with a Violate. So I went to Savali Steel, just predict him to go for Roost or whatever, and he taunted me, so I can't defog, so I just use Turn into Diancie. And he should be scared out by a Diamond Storm, because, I mean, it does a decent chunk to Golbat. He can't really do much back to me, and he's forced to Roost. I mean, he can taunt me, I guess, not allowing me to get a Brox. That's why I wanted to get a Brox right there, because I thought he would maybe just go into his side sword, because maybe I'm like a Specs Diancie. You never really know. That is a set in the NU tier. Well, not anymore, because, you know, Diancie moved up to RU, but when it was. And I really love that set too, Specs Diancie. So he brought in Side Toad, and I mean, he could just Scald me, so I just want to switch out. I don't want to take the Scald. I want to keep Diancie healthy for the Golbat, because Golbat's kind of annoying, not gonna lie, with taunt and stuff like that. So he got me right there, pulling a double into Alolan Raichu. I guess expect me to go into Vaporeon, and I decided to just go for a Scald because I thought he'd go for Electric Train again, and I want some damage up on this Raichu. And also, maybe he would have went for a Nasplaz, go into Decidueye again, or something like that. So that's why I wanted to stay in a Scald. And Passimian does get outsped if he does get Electric Train up, so that Raichu is definitely a problem. So luckily I live that Thunderbolt, and I go for Protect. I expect him to go for another Thunderbolt, but he makes a nice play going for the Electric Terrain, so now his Thunderbolts are really going to hurt. But luckily he's burnt, and it's not going to be doing too much damage to me if he goes for Psyshock. So luckily, going for Psyshock right there, not Thunderbolt. I guess he expected me to go into Decidueye. Either way, I think he should have probably just Thunderbolted, because it still does a lot of damage to Decidueye. I guess he was just scared that it wouldn't do as much to Decidueye, and Decidueye does have better special defense than defense, so Psyshock would do more, I think. And also, he probably was scared of Shadow Sneak on Decidueye too. So he brought in Sceptile. I kind of missed him getting the Electric Seed activation. I just was not looking at my DS, that sometimes happens. And I went for Protect. I should have went for Toxic right there, because I thought he'll just be like a regular Sceptile Life Orb set or like Choice Spec set, but he's a Swords Dance Electric Seed set, and he gets that on Burden. I'm like, this is gonna sweep me. Well, luckily he didn't Leaf Blade me right there. He went for another Swords Dance. A little greedy, but I guess he thought that he needed that extra boost to just one-shot everything on my team. But since I have Toxic, I could Toxic Stall him. And that's just a lifesaver right there. That I didn't miss Toxic, because I think he would have probably swept me. Like, he got the defense boost. He got +2 right there. Like, I don't know how I would be able to one-shot this, and before he one-shots all my Pokemon. Especially because he has Rock, so Braviary probably lives 1, and maybe if he Leaf Bladed my Vaporeon, I could have went to Braviary and Brave Bird. Like, as you see, I could live the Leaf Blade, but I mean, he probably had like Rock Slide or something on him. Like, usually when I ran Sceptile, I had Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Leaf Blade, but that was in the OU tier, if I wanted to use that with Tapu Koko. But maybe in the NU tier it's different, because he does have Drain Punch, and Drain Punch is nice too. Hits those Steel types. Well, I mean, Earthquake hits those Steel types as well. So, I mean, just gains HP. Drain Punch is nice. So, I'll bring in Vaporeon to Toxic Stall some more, go for Protect. And I didn't really need Braviary, I guess, this game. It was nice, but maybe I was hoping that I could live it too, and it did. So that's why Toxic Stalling that was even more important, because if once something else and he one-shotted it, then I'd probably lose another Pokemon instead of just losing Braviary and Vaporeon. So I'm trying to go for a double Protect, but I didn't get it, and he knocks me out, which kind of sucks, because Vaporeon could have been good versus the Golbat, trying to Scald Burn it. So now I'm just going to try, and I think, no, I go for U-turn here. I didn't go for Knockoff. Go for U-turn because I still have Diancie. He has to switch into this thing. I don't need to go for Knockoff and lose my Passimian, because Passimian's still good versus his team. I need it to outspeed, I think, his Ampom he still has. So, yeah. I go into Diancie. It's safe, and his Cybertoad is on a timer. It lost his leftovers, so every chip on that Cybertoad matters a lot. And he does go right into that Diet Swampert. And it's pretty dang low. I go for Diamond Sword just an off chance he does stay in a Golbat, and it still does a nice, well, not really nice chunk, but still does chip, like I said. Chip is chip, and I'll take that. Still going to switch out Diancie because I don't want to get Scald Burned. Like I said, I want to keep Diancie healthy versus the Golbat, and I just go into Decidueye. As Decidueye can easily switch on Cybertoad unless he Scald Burns me, and he does get Scald Burn, which sucks because maybe I could have done some good damage to his Golbat if I can hit him with a Z move. So now Decidueye is pretty much crippled, and I'm just going to probably just sack it. As in comes Ambipom, so I'm like, okay, he's just going to probably knock me out with Knockoff or something like that. But he goes for a nasty claw. I'm like, What is this? Nasty Plot Palm Technician, I'm guessing. So I just go for Leaf Blade because, like I said, I'm just trying to sack this away. It does nothing versus him and now. So he goes for Hidden Power. I'm guessing that's Hidden Power Fire in the tier because there's Feral Seed in the tier. Could be wrong. Maybe it's Hidden Power Ice. But I think it's Hidden Power Fire. Anyways, I have Scarf Pet Simeon, so I could easily just go into it. I just go for Knockoff. Just an off chance he went to Golbat. And also, it puts him in range of... Well, actually, it doesn't put him in range of anything because I don't have a priority move left. So luckily he didn't knock me out right there. He has Water Pulse, which is pretty cool. So I guess it's Fire, Water Pulse, and something else. Not too sure what his last move is, but that's a really cool Ambipom set, not gonna lie. Definitely want to know his move slots on that. Maybe it puts in work too, I'm not too sure in the tier. Either way, Knockoff does two-shot the Ambipom, and then I also want to knock off the Violet and Golbat, so Diamond Storm does a lot more damage so that I can easily just keep on Diamond Storming his Golbat over and over again. So he actually goes for Taunt, which I don't think mattered because I'm just going to attack him. I don't really need to get rocks up anymore because, you know, it's already at the end game, and all his Pokemon are pretty much just not weak to rocks, except for Glalie. Obviously, that could have been a nice chip on Glalie and would have put it in range of a Diamond Storm because he actually does live a Diamond Storm. So maybe it mattered, I don't know. But either way, I got the Shuka Berry. Glalie goes for Earthquake. I live that, so I guess he should have went for Double Edge if he did have that. I don't think Return knocks me out because this Diancie is max defense, baby. It's going to live anything. And on top of that, I get the 50% chance to get the defense boost from Diamond Storm. So that is huge because now I'm able to live anything Glalie wants to go for, unless he critical hits me. So he goes for Return. I'm not too sure why he didn't go for Earthquake. I think that does more than Return, even though Return does get that Refrigerate boost plus Stab. But either way, we won, and I think I still had Savali Steel, so Savali Steel probably lived the hit from Glalie, and I would have knocked him out with Flamethrower, because that's what Savali Steel likes to run, Flamethrower, because it hits those Steel types better. They don't really run multi-attack, unless you already have another Defogger, then they can maybe run multi-attack, which is also not a bad move to have. So yeah, that's going to be it for the battle study. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, everybody.